Hi, I'm Sean. Welcome to my channel. Please scroll down for your sun, moon, and rising sign. My aim in creating this video is to help you navigate some possible conflict which might arise on the 2nd to the 4th of January. Also, let's remember that not all conflict is negative. Get ready for some exciting tug-of-war stuff from January 2nd to the 4th, 2025. Mars going backwards in Leo is going up against Pluto in Aquarius, and it's a pretty big deal. Let's take a closer look. Mars going backwards in Leo is all about looking back at our bravery, creativity, and leadership skills. But when Mars goes backwards, it looks inwards and slows down, sometimes bringing issues from the past back to the present. It's asking us to think about how we stand up for ourselves and use our big dreams. Think about old art projects or times you were in charge. This backwards Mars is perfect for figuring out how much your ego affects your choices. It's also a good time to learn how to show your passion without being pushy or bossy. Now let's talk about Pluto in Aquarius. Pluto's long trip here means big changes for everyone. It's all about new ideas, technology, and making things better for everyone. Pluto in Aquarius wants us to get rid of old ways of doing things and build something better for everyone. Important things to remember: be open to new and inclusive ideas. Notice who has power in groups. And don't just follow what everyone else is doing with technology or social stuff. So what happens when Mars in Leo clashes with Pluto in Aquarius? It's like a tug of war between me and us. Leo wants attention and to be its own boss, while Aquarius is all about teamwork and sharing new ideas. Expect some arguments between leaders and groups. Arguments on social media platforms could increase, so be careful how you word your posts. It might be hard to balance what you want with what other people expect. But this tension also gives you a chance to mix your brave heart with smart thinking. Getting through this is all about finding a balance where being true to yourself helps everyone move forward. It's a great chance to grow, learn about yourself, and become a better you. So get ready to use this energy and make the most of this exciting time. When the cosmos throws a Mars-Pluto curveball, it's all about working with the energy, not against it. First up, reflect rather than react. Mars retrograde is not the time for dramatic mic drops. It's about quietly rethinking your next move. Release those ego battles, because honestly, who has the time for endless power struggles? I certainly don't have the energy for this. Collaboration is way more productive and way less stressful. Integrate courage and vision by channeling Leo's bold, heart-centered vibes while embracing Aquarius's forward-thinking genius. Teamwork makes the dream work after all. And don't forget to ground yourself, whether it's journaling your feelings or getting zen with meditation. Processing those intense cosmic feels will help you stay cool, calm, and collected. Let's look at how each sign will be impacted. For Aries, this Mars-Pluto opposition lights up your 5th house of creativity, romance, and fun, and your 11th house of friendships, networks, and future goals. It's like being torn between starring in your own Broadway show, 5th house Mars retrograde, and making sure the entire cast and crew, 11th house Pluto, is on board with your vision. The 5th house wants you to be unapologetically you, bold, expressive, and playful, while the 11th house reminds you that the big dreams often need a team effort. Are your friends hyping you up or holding you back? It's time to assess whether your social circle aligns with your vibe or if you're bending over backwards for group approval. Pro tip: you don't have to dull your sparkle to fit in. Find ways to channel your creativity into shared goals. Your inner diva and your team player can coexist beautifully if you give them equal airtime. For Taurus, this Mars-Pluto opposition turns up the heat between your 4th house of home, family, and emotional roots, and your 10th house of career, reputation, and big ambitions. It's the classic work-life balance drama, Taurus, and you're right in the middle of it. Mars retrograde in the 4th has you revisiting your sanctuary, maybe redecorating, mending family bonds, or questioning where and with whom you feel most secure. Meanwhile, Pluto in the 10th is laser-focused on shaking up your professional game, urging you to transform how you show up in the world. The question is, can you rock your career without letting your personal life crumble? Spoiler alert, you totally can. The key is to prioritize without guilt, schedule time for your hustle, and for cozy nights in. Think of it as designing a life where your home feels like a soft landing pad for your sky-high goals. For Gemini, this Mars-Pluto face-off pulls you between your 3rd house of communication, local vibes and quick thinking, and your 9th house of big ideas, long-term goals, and world exploration. Picture this: Mars retrograde in your third house has you rethinking your day-to-day chatter. Are you saying what you mean? Are you keeping it real in your texts and convos? Meanwhile, Pluto in the ninth is all about the big picture, pushing you to challenge your beliefs and expand your horizons. Here's the cosmic nudge. Are your small actions, third house Mars, adding up to the life philosophy you want to embody, ninth house Pluto? If not, it's time to align those quick-witted words with your long-term truth. Maybe it's as simple as journaling about your dreams, or as bold as planning a big trip that shifts your worldview. Small talk and big ideas can work together beautifully if you let them. For Cancer, this Mars-Pluto showdown dives deep into your second house of personal finances, values, and self-worth, and your eighth house of shared resources, debts, and deep transformations. It's like balancing your personal piggy bank, Mars retrograde in the second, with the cosmic joint bank account, Pluto in the eighth. Mars in the second has you questioning what you truly value. Are you spending on things that spark joy, or just swiping for the sake of it? Meanwhile, Pluto in the eighth is whispering, hey, what's your game plan for those shared finances, debts, or that emotional baggage tied to money? The trick here is to figure out how your personal financial independence, or lack thereof, supports or clashes with your obligations to others. Pro tip, know your worth, Cancer, and don't let anyone guilt you into compromising it. A budget that honors both your needs and your commitments can be empowering. Leo, this Mars-Pluto opposition puts the spotlight on you, surprise, with Mars retrograding through your first house of identity, self-expression, and how you show up in the world, squaring off with Pluto in your seventh house of relationships, partnerships, and one-on-one connections. It's the ultimate me versus we dilemma. Mars in your first house has you rethinking how you present yourself. Are you shining bright or burning out? Meanwhile, Pluto in the seventh is challenging you to look at the power dynamics in your close relationships. Are you taking up all the oxygen in the room, Leo, or are you letting your partners, romantic, business, or otherwise, have their say too? The goal here isn't to dim your light, but to make sure it illuminates rather than overshadows the people around you. Stand tall, but remember that collaboration is where the magic happens. A little give and take can keep your raw and your relationships harmonious. Virgo, this Mars-Pluto opposition is calling you to balance your 12th house of introspection, spirituality, and hidden matters with your 6th house of daily routines, work, and health. Basically, it's a cosmic tug-of-war between your soul's quiet whispers and your to-do list screaming for attention. With Mars retrograde in your 12th, you might feel like retreating, diving deep into self-reflection, or finally dealing with those emotional undercurrents you've been avoiding. Meanwhile, Pluto in the 6th is like a drill sergeant urging you to overhaul your habits, work environment, or health routines. The challenge, integrating these energies so you're not either totally checked out or hyper-focused on ticking boxes. The secret sauce is carving out time for inner healing within your daily structure, like meditating between meetings or journaling before bed. You can totally handle this, Virgo. You're the zodiac's productivity queen. Libra, this Mars-Pluto opposition is stirring up drama between your 11th house of friendships, networks, and big dreams, and your 5th house of creativity, romance, and self-expression. Mars retrograde in the 11th has you rethinking your squad. Are they hyping you up or holding you back? Meanwhile, Pluto in the 5th is digging deep into your creative soul, pushing you to own your passions and maybe even transform how you approach love or personal joy. The challenge? Balancing the pull to collaborate with your urge to shine solo. Not every group project is worth your time, Libra, especially if it's draining your inspiration. The key here is to find connections that celebrate your creativity while leaving you space to do your thing. Align your dreams with the right people, and you'll be unstoppable. Scorpio, this Mars-Pluto opposition is pulling you between your 10th house of career, ambitions, and public reputation, and your 4th house of home, family, and emotional foundations. It's like the ultimate work-home balancing act. Mars retrograde in your 10th house has you reassessing your goals. Are you hustling for the right reasons, or just climbing the ladder for the sake of it? Meanwhile, Pluto in the 4th is calling you to do some deep emotional excavation. Are you neglecting your roots or those cozy nights in with loved ones while you're out chasing that CEO title? The trick here is finding harmony between your ambition and your personal life. Use that intense Scorpio focus to prioritize what truly matters. Success feels a lot sweeter when your home base is solid. Remember, you can conquer the world and still have time for family dinner. Sagittarius, This Mars-Pluto opposition has you juggling the big picture and the small details, lighting up your ninth house of adventure, higher learning, and long-term vision, and your third house of communication, local connections, and daily chatter. Mars retrograde in the ninth has you reflecting on your grand plans. Are you aiming for the stars, or are your goals so scattered that even you're confused? Meanwhile, Pluto in the third is digging into how you express yourself day to day. Are you sharing your big ideas clearly, or are they getting lost in translation? The cosmic challenge is finding a way to make those epic Sagittarian dreams relatable and actionable. Pro tip: break your bold vision into bite-sized steps and start talking about them. Your adventurous spirit is inspiring, but people need to see how your ideas connect to the here and now. Capricorn, this Mars-Pluto opposition is turning your attention to the tug-of-war between your 8th house of shared resources, debts, and deep transformation, and your 2nd house of personal finances, values, and self-worth. Mars retrograde in the 8th has you re-evaluating financial entanglements. Are those joint ventures, debts, or emotional investments draining your energy? Meanwhile, Pluto in the 2nd is all about overhauling how you value yourself and what you truly need to feel secure. The cosmic question is, are you playing fair with your resources, or are you stuck in a power struggle? The key here is transformation. Shed outdated beliefs about money and power, and rebuild on solid ground. Balance your personal financial independence with healthy boundaries in shared arrangements. You're the Zodiac's CEO, Capricorn. Channel that savvy energy into creating a wealth plan that works for everyone without compromising your worth. Aquarius, this Mars-Pluto opposition is like a cosmic dance-off between your 7th house of relationships, partnerships, and commitments, and your 1st house of identity, self-expression, and personal growth. Mars retrograde in your 7th has you reassessing the dynamics in your closest connections. Are you compromising too much, or maybe not enough? Meanwhile, Pluto in your 1st house is all about deep personal transformation. You're not the same Aquarius you were a year ago, and this transit is making you wonder if your partnerships are keeping up with your evolution. The big question: do your relationships support the bold, unique person you're becoming? The goal is to find a balance where you can transform and still be present for your partnerships. Remember, Aquarius, being true to yourself doesn't mean leaving others behind. It's about showing them the real, unapologetic you. Pisces, this Mars-Pluto opposition is tugging you between your 6th house of daily routines, health, and work, and your 12th house of spirituality, dreams, and hidden depths. Mars retrograde in the 6th has you rethinking your everyday grind. Are your habits actually helping you, or are they draining your energy? Meanwhile, Pluto in the 12th is all about deep soul work, asking you to dive into your inner world and confront what's been lurking in the shadows. The challenge here is finding a balance between being the organized, efficient fish and the dreamy, mystical mermaid. How do you keep the bills paid and the laundry folded, while also making time for meditation, journaling, or just staring at the stars? The secret is blending the two. Turn your daily tasks into spiritual practices. Trust me, Pisces, your dishes will sparkle when you're humming a mantra. Mars retrograde in Leo opposite Pluto in Aquarius represents a powerful period of tension, transformation, and opportunity. It asks us to embrace personal authenticity while supporting collective progress. By leaning into introspection and balancing the fiery drive of Leo with the detached wisdom of Aquarius, we can navigate this transit with grace and courage. Each sign is called to step into their power while contributing to a greater vision for the future. Please like, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed the video.